let's make this guide short, simple, and also let's go straight to the point. So stats with Resto Druid, I'm still gearing, don't take some examples from me. Here's the haste potion. But most important secondary start is haste, get 20,000 as soon as possible. Second most important is mastery, get 10,000 soon as possible. You can have like 25,000 haste, 15,000 mastery, then you should be healing like a beast. Then if you are healing enough, you can start switching your mastery into versatility, as mastery is only for healing, but versatility will help with your damage and will help with your survival. So usually the higher key you go, then versatility is getting better and better. And of course mastery is still good for healing, but we need to survive, we need to do some damage to push, so yeah, you can just start switching. Otherwise you can just go full haste, full mastery, 0 crit, 0 versatility. Then you want more damage, more survival, some mastery to versatility, critical can still be 0. And if my camera a little lag on my voice, I'm sorry, just my recording programs are not working last 2 months. It is what it is. So moving on, for the talents. If you want exactly the same talents, import link will be in the description and some choices you can make. So this is more or less your personal choices. So or personal, situational, or what gameplay you play. You can completely survive without increased healing received. You can put that away. Then you can put away if you are not using Nature's Visual at all. You can survive without Forest Bug. You can survive without Typhoon or Arch Vortex. You don't need both to get down. So we can move this talent somewhere else to increase movement speed or often self-heal. This is quite great to have more health. So these are some decent choices, or some more healing when you have frenzy regeneration, also with the regeneration. So just as you wish. There are just little details, like you don't really need those talents, but fine, it will do. Not so many important things. Well, we have important things already. From middle, there is choices. I prefer this one, but yeah, Root Network, I guess it performs less RNG. I guess I'm going more for RNG. So just choose your preference. It's whatever, it's fine. And from the right tree, there is a little bit more choices that are quite notable. So for example, this one, not so important. Again, you can redistribute this talent somewhere else. Like Nature Swiftness have 2 charges, yeah, that's completely fine to have it there. Or you can save also 2 talents, because we don't need this bark growth. You can just put it like shorten cooldown from Iron Bark. Or you can even click 1 talent there. For example, you can use Tranquility, you can even click decrease cooldowns, so you can apply it like that. There's a few talents choices, you can just move around. We still find it is completely fine to not have it, I just like it. You can use it, like let's say, budding leaves that are more important, and usually, well, more important, usually do way more than actually nurturing dormancy, but I just liked it, so, you know, once again, you will be fine without it, and I didn't bend very high keys yet, so it's definitely performing very well. So I have some not best choices right here. That's what I'm telling them. That's what I'm telling you. Which choices do we have? And most people are playing Liveliness. I just prefer Master Shapeshifter much more. Like, you will get a huge increase to damage anyway. Of course, they have 5% increase healing or anti-effects. But also, if you have more mana, maybe you can heal more, I guess. Like, the damage increase is notable. If you're playing Liveliness, you have more or less like similar damage from other abilities. That's why my rib is higher than others, as like this talent is increasing damage by 60%, but it need to be just a rip or ferocious bite, and need to be 5 combo points. So it's a lot more damage, but specific situation, not all damage over time effect. I'm really hoping my voice is not lagging, but once again, it is what it is. Alright, so yeah, quite a lot of choices, but I really like Rest of the Druid because you have these choices. Most other classes, everybody is playing exactly the same thing, and it's quite boring. That's why I like this Rest of the Druid, because you have so many choices. So yeah, just customize it to your liking. Even some people can play this Call of the Elder Druid, and it's fine. Alright, let's moving on to just keep it simple, as I said, right? So, our gameplay rotation priorities, whatever you want to call it, like little 2 nodes on the start. Our set piece is massive. It's massive. It's healing on its own. It's huge. And our 4 piece it's even giving you, when insurance is consumed or just disappear after the whole duration, it will apply missing rejuvenation and regrowth for wild growth overtime effect. That is insane. That is insanely good. That is so good. It is so good. So not only I have a second in healing, which is more than any other healer I have insurance on. Like Monk have 4 piece that is even increasing healing of insurance, and is still healing way less than some restore it. There's some Orgy. Okay, so it's huge part. While this Mechagon, I didn't need to heal that much. I guess Parry would have more. You know, Karma is a little bit different values. It's fine. I healed enough, 1.3 million. So yeah, get your set pieces as soon as possible on the rest of the druid. It's a huge difference. It's so good. And the other thing before I start with priorities, it's a little explanation about mastery. So the more healing overtime effects we have on the target, the more we are healing. Things like Life Bloom is even counting as 3 stacks of mastery. So Life Bloom is huge to our mastery. And what is important to think about with Restore is, even when something is not healing that much, some a little like weaker hots, let's say like Groot and thing, that is almost nothing, but it's another healing overtime effects on a target, and that means it will increase your other heals. So even if something is healing very little, like Spring Blossom, for instance, it average hit is 6,000, but I had huge uptime, and it's another hot that is increasing our mastery, and so it's increasing our other heals to that mastery. So you still need to think with healing with Resto Druid, and now you're playing a lot of mastery, that multiple hots is important. Even if those hots are not doing much, like those, it's not that important. Oh, Flourish, from Convox. They heal something. So even that healing is not important from these hots, or like I didn't heal much from rejuvenation. I healed enough. I was losing a lot, but you know what I mean. Even if you didn't heal enough, like from wild growth, oh, maybe I don't click it because it was not useful. It was useful to increase heal of your regrowth, let's say, that heal the most. So even if something is not as high in priority when you check your healing, it doesn't mean it's not important. So that's you need to think about as a druid. So not like, oh, this didn't heal much, like Spring Blossoms is absolutely useless talent. No, it's very good talent because it's almost 100% uptime, another hot, what is increasing the other heals, that is healing more. So yeah, think about mastery when playing druid because it's a huge deal. Alright, so first priority, let's go on that. Well, before some priorities, important stuff, keep buffs up on everybody. It's 3% versatility, it's a good deal. Second thing, we have new talent, new abilities, symbiotic relationship. So if you heal yourself, you will also heal that target, put it on, or if you heal that target, you will heal yourself. Usually just clicking on tank before key starts, and that's it. If somebody dies, you or tank, then you need to replace it, but that's it. You just buff double keep, it's 1 hour long, so if nobody dies, it will be for whole dungeon, and you just need to apply it before you start. Alright, first priority is our Life Blooms. Huge deal. Huge heal on its own. Then it's counting for 3 stacks of mastery, so it's increasing other heals by a lot, even on its own healing. Then you got extra mechanics, quite huge deal mechanics. So it's not in talents, it's default now, not general. We have chance to get clear casting, so Omen of Clarity. So your healing overtime effects from Life Bloom have 5% chance to cause a clear casting state, making your rigor costing no mana. That's not a big deal, but we have another improvement, so that regrowth that costs no mana have 30% more healing. That's starting to be a big deal. And also that regrowth can also heal. Again, well, it casts another ability when you use it. It will be Nourish at 60% effectiveness. Nourish doesn't have that big heal on its own, but it's scaling 300% from Mastery, so basic heal is not huge, but it has really big potential if you have many holds on your whole group. So a lot of things happening with those Life Blooms for regrowth. Then we have another mechanic with Life Bloom, that's the Bloom. So what is the Bloom? Bloom is end of the healing of Life Bloom. So When Life Bloom expires or is dispelled, the target is instantly healed for 200,000. In this case with my gear. So this is called Bloom, so end of the duration, or dispelled. Well, in the PvE it's never dispelled, of course, so it's end of the duration, but we have also photosynthesis that makes Life Bloom that is not on us, that's why we usually don't want to use it on us, have 4% chance for every healing auto effect, have 4% chance to bloom extra. And this is quite a huge deal, because of course it's extra healing for extra blooms, but also when Life Bloom blooms, it will proc Verdancy. That will heal 3 targets inside Efflorescence. Verdancy is quite a big heal on its own. Well, dungeon I have a little more. So see, it's huge chunk, of course, a lot of overheal. Depend if you need to heal single target or AoE, but yeah, this is another work with blooms, but we have also 4-piece. And Life Blooms bloom have 30% chance to apply insurance. So another massive deal, so extra blooms are important. So what we know about Life Bloom, well, we can have 2 of them, I forgot to mention that, we can have only 2. They are really strong potent heal, they are increasing other heals a lot, they are proccing, that's juicy regrowth, and they are blooming, which is healing everybody with efflorescence, and it's giving us that 30% chance for another insurance. Insurance have chance to proc from any heal, that's our 2-piece. So you still have chance from any heal of the Life Bloom to proc, but this is something extra from 4-piece, and it's quite a huge deal. So yeah, always keep 2 Life Blooms. Usually one on tank, because you always get damage, and second one I usually use on some ranged DPS, like in this dungeon, 2 DPS are melee with a tank. I always have it on mage because he was standing on ranged, and tank, 2 melee DPS and me was standing in efflorescence for melee, so we was getting extra healing through mastery, extra healing through efflorescence, extra healing through verdancy. That means we didn't need that Life Bloom as much because mage needed like some extra topping because he was not on melee and getting that extra heals. So yeah, I usually use it one on tank, another on some ranged DPS, and mostly on some ranged DPS that is never coming on melee, because some people are used to stand on melee because they are good boys and they want to stand in efflorescence and get nice juicy AoE heals from healer. But you never know. In a case there is some huge AoE, mostly tanks are fine with huge AoE because you know they are tanks, but DPS and healers are not fine with AoE, so then you can just put it on 2 DPS when you are sure tank is fine. Yeah, go for it. But most of the time, 1 tank and 1 ranged DPS. You want to keep Life Blooms. On yourself it's not so much worth it. Like before it was even 20% healing faster when it's on ourselves, now it's only 10. Just forget about it. Mostly using for somebody else. On yourself, only in the case you are the one who is getting most damage. So if you are targeted by some single target damage ability, yeah, you can place it on yourself. It's fine in this way. Alright, let's move on. Life Bloom, quite a lot of mechanics, but it's getting simpler from here. So second priority is efflorescence, that's our party on the ground. It's healing, no big deal, like, it's not much, but it's a huge deal because efflorescence healing is giving us spring blossoms. That's those healing aura effects that is doing almost nothing, but increasing our healing aura effects, well, all healing because it's healing aura effect through our mastery. So this is the biggest deal of efflorescence, it's just increasing other heals because it's another hot. And I forgot that it's proccing our vines, so it's wild growth, regrowth, and efflorescence. So this is a huge deal. This is absolutely free to apply insurance and also those roots, because you can get those timing growth. That's nice vines that are healing. Vines? Or blooms. Blooms are healing, vines are damage. So you can say efflorescence is healing twice, because one is a heal from efflorescence on its own, and the second heal you are getting from the spring blossom. And doesn't matter this is weak or hot, because it got chance to proc our insurance. So even efflorescence on the ground have huge potential to proc a lot of stuff. And then efflorescence on its own have also proc chance for our heal talent. So efflorescence is a huge deal. It's not healing only by zone, but you can address some of the insurances are from efflorescence, that's healing of this. Then some symbiotic blooms proc from efflorescence that's addressed to that. I think most of them are proccing from efflorescence, and that is also increased healing, your healing by 20%, and even some extra percentage too for any other target you play your network. So efflorescence usual, keep it on the group. Most of the time, if group is moving every few seconds on new spot, forget about it. But if they are standing at least 10 seconds on the same spot, go for it. Of course, if you don't need to heal, don't place it. But if you need to heal a little, of course, always keep it under the group. It will do his own stuff. See, I got proc of Symbiotic Bloom right now. So yeah, quite big deal. These two things, Life Bloom and Efflorescence, should be always prepared before we need to actually start healing. So if nothing much is happening, but there is potential to get damage taken, or soon there will be damage taken, just keep 2 Life Blooms and Efflorescence, otherwise do damage. But these two things should be prepared. Alright, let's move on. Third priority, when we are actually starting to get damage, or us, or our whole group, I mean. So is our Group Guardians. Group Guardians are excellent, cheaper mana, short cooldown, and they are not even costing global cooldown, so you can squeeze it anywhere, you are not losing any time. Because it's not global cooldown, so you literally anywhere. Anywhere you can squeeze them. They will start healing on themselves. You don't need to tell them anything. Just spam them, they will start healing. And it's nice heal. That's literally all. You can spawn it even in kitty or bear form. So if you're doing damage in kitty, you can just still spawn some shiny trees. So this nourish, this is their healing. This is my healing from nourishes that procced. Clear casting and then getting forest flow. That extra nourish. So yeah, nice extra healing. Usable in any form. No global cooldown. Keep using them. Alright, fourth priority is our Sweepment. Sweepment is usual. Little mechanizality too. So let's make it simple for us. So let's do this. Before, Sweepment was consuming a rejuvenation, Biogrowth, or regrowth healing auto effect. It was consuming it. So you still need to have some hot. Some of them, Life Bloom, you still cannot use it. You cannot do that yet. Yep. So you need to have one of these 3 hots on the target so you can use it. It no longer consumes it, but you need to have them. It's no longer consuming, but it's even extending the duration of every hot by 8 seconds. So it's a huge deal, because it's good single target heal and fast, and it's instant. Very cheap on mana, it's 35,000 I think. It's very cheap on mana, so it's really good for your sustain. Where is it? Achievement, hello, 35,000, it's almost nothing. Then it's not even consuming hots, it's extending them by 8 seconds, huge deal, saving a lot of mana, time, doing a lot of healing, not only on its own, but also with that extend. Applying another hot, that won't heal much, of course, but another hot, increase mastery and increase other heals, another huge deal. Then after we use it, we get Soul of the Forest buff, that is increasing our next heal, regrowth, rejuvenation, wild growth. Which one to use? All of them are fine. Wild growth when we need to heal AoE, regrowth when we need to heal single target, rejuvenation when we don't need to heal right now. Just put empowered rejuvenation on someone. But usually regrowth, wild growth is the better use, but sure. Rejuvenation is when you chill and you don't want to just waste buff. I just usually then put empowered rejuvenation on tank. It's usually fine. So we are usual about Swiftment, and if you play this talent, it's also shortening its cooldown. So yeah, another usual, and we should be using as often as possible. Then, next priority, fifth one, Wild Growth. Wild Growth, what we are using with Wild Growth. Then we need to heal AoE. So target somebody in the middle, because it doesn't have 40 yards. So I usually just cast on myself, to be honest, but sometimes when you stand on the side of the group, just cast on somebody who is in the middle, so you hit everyone. Because it's around the target, your primary target will heal around it. I said it like an idiot. I'm sure you got it. So these are AoE. A little curiosity about that, yes. It's healing more on the start, and over duration is falling down, so it's better to not prepare it. Well, its duration is only 7 seconds anyway, by default, so just don't cast it few seconds before damage hit, because it will be wasted. Just cast it after damage hits, or rather the same time as damage start hitting. Next priority is regrowth, and the last one is rejuvenation. They have strong connection, so let's talk about them together. The strong connection between them is abundance. So for each rejuvenation you have active, you are getting regular cast cost reduced by 8%, critical chance increased by 8%, and also reduced cast time by 5% per stack. So we are playing with germination that allowing us to have 2 rejuvenations on the same target. So our cap for abundance is not 5, but it's 10. Normally it's 12, but we don't have 6 target, so it's just 10. And that's huge deal. This is reduce cost, 80% reduce cost, 80% increase critical chance, even you have under critical chance. So with the 10 stacks and this one, it's 120, so you will do critical with initial heal. Important that. But still, that initial heal will be most part of the regrowth. That's why it's first, because it's a huge deal. Look at this, it's 5,600,000, the biggest hit with regrowth. That's initial heal. So this is quite a big deal. So rejuvenations, they will do something like, I wouldn't even have so much heal with the rejuvenations. But the thing is, rejuvenation was constantly proccing with my insurance. That's why I healed so much. So not like I clear rejuvenation C, it's 59 clicks. And you can check average heal for one cast of rejuvenation was 2.3 millions. Even that I overheal 60% with it. I mean, it will be 5 million per one click. What that means is I was not clicking it much because it was proccing from our set piece. So that's what is this data saying, because you know there's other rejuvenations that I didn't cast it. It was from regrowth. Convoke. Less of them convoke, but most of them insurance. Like my tank had constantly life bloom, and he got constantly 5 odds. He got because I was keeping life bloom, I was proccing the insurance a lot, and that insurance was keeping 2 rejuvenations, regrowth and wild growth. So he was full hotted almost all the time. It's really fun. This set piece is really fun and it's really good. If I check germination, you can see 3.7 millions with 60% overheal per one click, because I almost never click germination. There's 18 times for whole dungeons. It was proc on insurance. So yeah, on its own it will heal a lot. But when you are clicking rejuvenations, so what to do with it when you are preparing that abundance stacks for regrowth, or just increase your healing through mastery, it will happen. All of these things at the same time, because with the druid we are lacking with some good burst healing, but no longer lacking, because abundance is our burst healing. That means before huge damage hits, AoE or single, doesn't matter, when huge damage hits, we want to prepare some rejuvenations before to get, well, healing on its own, have chance to proc million stuff, as we know with the druid, and we getting these abundance stacks, and we spam regrowth during that burst. So rejuvenation is something we are preparing before damage hits, not after damage hits. That's why it's last in priorities, but it's really important, because we want to spread them before the damage hits. After the damage is here, it's quite too late to start applying rejuvenations on everybody. So yeah, rejuvenations, mostly for that abundance tanks, think about it. We are preparing that before big damage hits. So let's talk more about regrowth. So we know we got that killer casting from life bloom healings, that is casting also nourish. You can use that anytime, even with the abundance. It's good heal, strong heal, free of mana cost, and it's also found in nourish, so it's quite a big deal. Then what we know about regrowth, if you have regrowth hot on the target already, your initial heal 40% more critical, combined with abundance, it's over 100%, so we'll do that critical initial heal. Then it's also spreading on every target with life bloom. That is quite a good deal, because it also have chance to proc your vines, and again is increasing your healing through mastery, and again a chance to proc your insurance, because it's another heal. It's everything working together with rest of the druid. But yeah, more or less what we are doing with regrowth when there is big damage hitting. So regrowth is something when we actually need to heal, otherwise our host will take care of everything and the trees with it. But this is something what we are actually casting, and is actually our big heals. So we just prepare every other hold before, and then only thing what is left, we have high abundance stack, and we are just spamming regrowth. Bam, 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 until everybody is full and healthy. And it's awful. quick and also cheap on mana. We have a lot of abundance. Abundance costs a lot of mana because rejuvenations cost a lot of mana if you use a lot of them. You know, 10 rejuvenations, that's quite mana. Well, it's only 52,000, but if you use 10, it's 500,000. That's 1/5 of your mana. Alright, that's all from our priorities. A little summary on the end. So, before dungeon, we prepare our buffs and our link, usually with a tank. If somebody dies, we are replacing these buffs. If nobody dies, you are fine for a whole dungeon. Then first priority is life rooms, and second is effervescence. That's something you want to always have prepared, and it's many mechanics about it. Then we actually need to start healing, so third priority, we are starting to use our Group Guardian. Fourth priorities is our Achievement, which is also million mechanics and is great. Fifth one, when AoE, is Wild Growth. And then we have sixth one and seventh one working together is Rejuvenation and Regrowth. So Regrowth is our actually heal and big pump, but Rejuvenation is something we are preparing before big damage here. Or I often put just Rejuvenation. When Live Loom is not enough on tank, I just put Rejuvenation there because, you know, it's constant healing. So it's good deal on a tank. It's also increase other heals, you know. So I'm usually keeping Rejuvenation on tank, even when not much is happening. But if you don't need to, you don't need to. Alright, let's talk about cooldowns. So we have Nature Swiftness, that's quite a big deal. So it makes our next regrowth free of mana cost, instant, and healing for 200% more. It even increases. It was 150, I think, or 100, whatever. It's 200% now, and that's usual. It's really good. Once somebody is really low, spam. This is the best thing you can do. It's fast, strong heal. Of course, there was no hot, so it was just million, but it's already million. So usually this is 5 millions if you have hot on the target, what is usual. So you can use it to save somebody who is low. Just Nature Swiftness and instantly follow the regrowth. You have a little bit more time. You will apply on the target. You will use with some hots. You will use Sweepman first to get another hots too. But so the forest that is increasing regrowth another 150. Then you use Nature Swiftness. That's another 200%. They are multiplying each other. So not like you apply 350% boost, but you apply 200, and then from that number you apply 150, another one. You can see it's just proccing million things because insurance. So that's a great thing. So that's how you can fast heal single target, but you can also combine it with Convoke. So what is Convoke? You will click it, and in 3 seconds it will be 12 random druid spell used. You can a little bit pick which spells will be used. If you are in kitty form, most spells will be like Feral. If you build Druid, Druid, Bear, most spells will be Guardian. No form, most spells will be Heal. It's also looking on other factors, so like if you're using no form and everybody is 100% of health, it will still prioritize more doing damage. Because everybody is full, alright, I'm using random abilities, I don't need to heal, I'll do more damage. But more or less, no form is most for healing. Another thing you can a little bit guide it, what will be applied. If you have a Rejuvenation on everybody, if you have Wild Growth on everyone, this Convoke have less potent chance to cast those abilities. It's tiny difference, but it's still looking on it. It still can be RNG, so it's not like a rule. The target have Rejuvenation, then Convoke won't apply Rejuvenation on it. It still can. It's not a rule, it's just little things. There is some code that is looking on it, but maybe it's just some percentage. If somebody don't have it, have more percentage, something like that. Blizzard never explained how Convoke exactly works, so people are just guessing by how they are using it and what it's proccing. So yeah, ideally no form, because we want it mostly for healing, or usually in a kitty for some good damage. But if you combine Nature Swiftness with Convoke, that means every heal, every regrowth that will Convoke cast will be 200% stronger. And that will not consume this buff. So every single regrowth will be buffed by 200%, and you can still use one more after Convoke ends to consume that buff. So this is a huge buff for your AoE healing. So for nice AoE, you will prepare some healing on the effects, and then you just click Nature Swiftness, and you click Convoke, and you see those massive regrowths, you see those millions. Of course, it would be much more because I didn't have any other hots on the targets, but like the potential of this convoke, it's making those regrowths. Well, it is showing badly because it's counting together hots and initial heals, but this will start blasting 5 million initial heal regrowth when you have fully hot group. So this is how we heal AoE, and you can see buff is not consumed. I can still use one big heal for a regrowth. So quite huge, big deal, and a very important cooldown. In the case you don't have Tranquility, you know what it does. You start casting, it will heal AoE. If you have full abundance stacks, if you have 10 abundance stacks and you spam regrowth, it's better than Tranquility, even on AoE, but sure you can have it. Like if you don't want to, if you don't need to heal that much, it's fine to just click Tranquility. Fine, it's simple cooldown. You will click it, you will start healing. That's it. Then we have Innervate. I didn't even have it on bar because I never needed to use it, but sure, we have it now because we need to. This is part to get on these talents, so we always have Innervate because symbiotic relationship is great. So we'll always have it. Anytime you want to save some mana, just use it. Best use for it is probably for spreading rejuvenation before you hit the regrowth. It's not worth it as much for regrowth because after you spread 10 rejuvenation, regrowth cost is decreased by 80%. And that's quite cheap, so it's usually better when you are preparing for some AoE healing, some burst healing, bursting the target even. You click Innervate, start spraying those rejuvenation, and then you're done with rejuvenation, then you have those cheap regrowths with abundant stacks, and you're blasting, and you don't need to save mana there because it's quite cheap. Alright, more cooldowns we have. Heart of the Wild, it's just for damage. I won't be explaining much, it's for damage, it's not important for you to know exactly, but yeah, just read what is there. Increasing your feral performance, so yeah, it's for damage. Then we have Nature's Vigil. Anytime you heal a little bit more, click it, and your healing will be transferred to damage. Great deal. Nothing more to explain. And that will be all for Master Druid. A little bit about damage, let's do that. So now our damage a little bit changed. They nerfed all damage by 20%, and then I gave us these two talents. That means we are focusing on a kitty or on balance spells, and we no longer focus on both. But this is quite a huge deal because now, like it's Starfire, Sunfire, it's whatever, because it's no big deal. It's 25% weaker than kitty damage, so we are just going full ham for it, not even putting talents here. And most of our damage is in a kitty. Sometimes we can use Moonfire, mostly just for bosses for single target. When it's AoE, whatever, just forget about it, just keep spraying bleeds. So I can go for some more targets. Let's say 3. So we are spraying our shiny Rake. It's bleed on targets. It's also generating combo points. If everybody have it already, then we are generating combo points with Shred. When you have 5 combo points, it's important. If you are playing this talent, if you are playing other one, it's not important to have 5. If you're playing Master Shapeshifter, it's really important to have 5. Because it increases damage by 60% and generate mana only if you have 5 combo points. If you have 4, it will do 60% less damage. Well, not exactly 60% less, but that's not how math works, but you know what I mean. So if you play this, definitely always cast it with full combo points, and that priority is a Rip. And same as if everybody have a Rake, then you're casting Shred, then it's also fit everybody. If you have a Rip, then you are using Ferocious Bite, and that's all. And both of these bleeds from Kitty have chance to proc those roots. That would be just dealing damage, and it's also increasing dealing down to the target by 5%. Well, from you. If from everybody, that would be quite massive. So yeah, that's just 4 priorities. Spread the bleed as we can to generate combo points. If everybody have it, then generate combo points with Shred, and then use 5 combo points for a Rip. If everybody have Rip already, then spend those combo points for Ferocious Bite. If you don't play this talent, you can use, like, on Thresh you can use the Rip with less combo points if that enemy target won't live enough for whole duration. This is happening quite often. But with this talent you should use it with 5. Moonfire, situational for bosses for single target. But otherwise, don't bother with that because also, well, you know, we don't have increased damage from it. Alright, that's everything, everything I wanted to say. In case you have any questions, anything that is not clear from my explanation, just leave me a comment. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you prefer text guides, everything I'm saying here, I make text guide on my Discord. So exactly same things is on my Discord. You can hop it there. Link is in the description. And you have all the text guides there, and also I have my Voodoo profiles and my Vigora profiles there too. Thank you for watching. Think about liking and subscribing, it's helping me a lot, and goodbye.